Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 27 of July watercolor month. And in today's video, we are going to see the easiest possible way to draw and paint a glowing dragonfly. So grab your supplies and let's get started. So for today's tutorial, I am going to use a watercolor pencil by Faber-Castell to draw the dragonfly because I do not want those pencil marks. But in case if you don't have that watercolor pencil, you can use a regular pencil as well. So we start by creating two diagonal lines, making the lines meet at the center point. So it becomes a very wide X letter, and then we are going to measure one part of that, the X, and we are going to measure the body, the long body for the dragonfly. So just marking the points, and I'm just intensifying the pencil line so that it's clear on the camera. So we start again by drawing a very wide X, and then with the one side of this X we are going to measure the body, and then we are going to start the body from the center with two curves and then just elongating it till the end where we marked the end of the body. So we have a very natural drawing coming, marking these points. It's very easy to draw the body, and then on the top I'm just using a circular shape for the head and two eyes. So we already have a basic shape for the dragonfly. Now all we have to do is just add kind of leaf kind of a shape around these lines that we've drawn. So with the watercolor pencils, the best thing is that you do not need to erase these lines. These are going to dissolve with water only. And I used purposely this green color because I want to paint the dragonfly very glowy greenish blue kind of a color. And I have drawn all the wings around those lines. It's simple shape, just kind of a leaf shape. And then because it's a watercolor pencil, I'm not using any paint. I'm just using a wet brush and just going over and smudging all the color inwards. It's very easy to use and I love these pencils for their quality. And if you want to use traditional watercolors, use very light watery consistency for the same colors basically, and you will get this kind of a transparent effect with them as well. Once I have this very light wash of green, I'm going to use a very watery consistency of blue paint, and I'm just going to drop it towards the end of these wings. As you can see, when I start dropping the blue, it just spreads towards the inner side because the green is still wet. So basically we are using wet on wet technique, which makes the wings look glowing because the blue spreads into the green seamlessly. And you have to let water do the magic. So basically this wet on wet technique is the key for this kind of a blending. And then you can lift up any excess color if you see somewhere, and then add a little more where you see there's less color. And I'm going to use the same blue to add a little bit in the center body. So I'm just using it very lightly, not covering the whole body. I want that some parts are very light green peeping through and some are blue. And then I'm using a little dark tone, not very dark, but just a shade darker green of that same pencil. And then I'm just going to draw the veins of this dragonfly wings, and it gives a little more delicacy. You can use a black as well, but with the black it will look not kind of a realistic one. It's going to look nice, but it's going to look very cartoon made. but this one gives a very natural look. I'm going to use the same pencil and just highlight some areas in the center body, just crisping some lines to define the curves of the body. And then I will also be using a black. So till now, till this point, almost the wings and everything is dried up. It's just few points where they are wet. So this is the perfect time that I'm using the black, because on the areas which are still little damp, the pencil is going to be very dark, and on the other points it's going to be very light. So this way we get that very nice sketchy line. Somewhere it's very dark and somewhere it's very light. And then I'm just going to use a pencil and define the eyes on both the sides, and then a little sketching on the body. And I add 2 little lines on the top for the legs and 2 little lines at the bottom. So you can intensify however you like. I will intensify these lines later, but I first went ahead and did some green paint splatter around it, and it looks much better now. And just intensifying few more parts of the dragonfly. You can use your traditional watercolors instead of these pencils, and this technique is going to work the same. So with this, we have finished our very easy to draw and paint dragonfly, which anybody can do. And this is perfect for beginners. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. That means a lot to me. And I will see you guys in my next video with day 28 of July watercolor month. Also, don't forget to enter the giveaway. It is till 31st of July and the details for it are in the description box below. Till then, take care. Bye bye.